A lot of things to be optimistic about. That if you look also, the housing was a real drag, and it seems to be rebounding, and you're seeing a lot of growth there. So I think there are a lot of good indicators that the economy is starting to take off.
Charles.
Look, I think you measure the growth rate by the growth of the economy, and I think we'll probably be around 3%, which of course historically would be the weakest since the Second World War, which is why people have a sense it isn't a recovery. You look at the one under Reagan, the rebound was sharp, it was really quick and fast. They had a growth rate of 7, 8, 9%, and people had a sense, you know, of a morning in America that actually worked because it was true. So here you've got this almost a flat line recovery. It's slightly accelerating. Two reasons. Number one, the price of money is zero. The Federal Reserve has decided anybody who wants to expand can borrow, and that, I think, is helping to the extent that there's any demand out there. And the second is that the price of energy has declined because of the boom and the fracking revolution, which gives us, after decades, some advantage over the third world countries when they produce the goods. Labor is cheaper, but our energy is cheap. So I think that's going to be the basis of a sustained, it'll be a sustained, but it'll be a slow recovery. I don't think it's going to slip back. What we're experiencing also with this high unemployment, as George indicates, is a new normal. We are now approaching, not quite, but European levels of chronic unemployment. These are people who are not going to return. And in Europe, they are merely sustained on the dole for decades. And I think that's never happened here. But I think as a result of the slow recovery here, where these people are left behind, that's going to be our new normal. And that's why there'll be a sense of things not having recovered correctly or in any way fully.
I mean, we always talk about it on an economic panel, is how much the Federal Reserve has impacted the state of the economy, has essentially kept it afloat during this time by pumping all of this money into the economy. At some point, that has to change, doesn't it, George?
Well, yes. I mean, the Federal Reserve has been extremely aggressive and extremely futile, as their always optimistic projections of the effect of ZIRP, zero interest rate policy, indicates. It's had the effect it was designed to have in this sense. The Dow has doubled since Obama was inaugurated. And this is pure trickle-down economics as Democrats practice it. They're going to run up the stock market by chasing all the money that can't get higher yields anywhere else into the stock market. That will create a wealth effect among the 20% of Americans who own 80% of all the directly owned stocks, and it will trickle down to everyone else. That's the theory. The problem is, working against that is now Obamacare, which has put two new phrases in our lexicon, the 49ers and the 29ers. The 49ers are the companies that aren't going to hire the 50th employee because all kinds of Obamacare mandates fall upon them. The 29ers are the poor devils who are now working 29 hours because Obamacare defines full-time employment as 30 hours, and they're going to have to work the 29 hours.
The great irony here is that Obama has decided he's going to dedicate himself and the rest of his time in office to fighting inequality. He has created the greatest inequality because of the zero interest rates, because the Fed has put $1 trillion, which had to go into higher assets, meaning the market. It's the rich who got richer, and it's left everyone else behind. And that's why you get the mass discontent in the sense of the economy not improving. He is the cause, and now he's going to redeem us from the misery that he has contributed to.